Yo, what is going on, guys? Doing a knife review again on the Reate District 9B. This is a Tonto flipper. Let me just start off by saying this is made in China. There's a lot of controversy on if you should support these products that aren't made in the US and whatnot. But let me just say the quality on this knife is amazing, and you really get what you pay for. A lot of people are saying that, to get a knife of this quality with this materials, all this stuff, you're going to be paying, around double the price. I don't really think that's 100% true though, because we can bring in something like the ZT-0550. You can get these for around that price, but at the same time, you're not getting, I guess, exactly the same quality and materials. There is a few other knives, but from what I own, this is basically one of the best examples of what you can get for a USA made knife for around the same price. It's a titanium frame lock. It's got the same blade steel. That's why I chose this as well. It's just really comparable to it. But the only thing, it doesn't have full TI slabs. It doesn't run on bearings, but it doesn't really matter if you can see. Extremely smooth. So, but it doesn't run on bearings, runs on washers. And like I said, it's not a full TI frame, so. But that is comparable to the Reate here. But this thing goes for around 200 bucks. And if it wasn't, I actually won this knife in a giveaway. I didn't have to buy this knife, but I'm happy that I did win this, because if I didn't, I never would have tested out these companies. Not because of anything over, where they're made or anything, but right around the time that I kind of found out about these, because I was a little late to finding out about these companies, I kind of was starting to move out of the production knives, at least like really base model like ZTs and stuff like that. Started to move into the more Hinders, Chris Reeves, stuff like that, and slowly, hopefully, progressing into customs. But so when I won this in the giveaway, I was excited to be able to try out the company. And let me just say, I'm pretty sure I already said it, but the value is just impeccable. For what you're paying, you get just a great amount of quality. You got a very nice blade here. Like I said, it was at a S35VN, decent stock. It's not super thick, but still pretty thin. It's got a nice Tonto edge on there. Another thing is they don't billboard their blades up. As you can see, you see very, very mild little Reate knives and S35VN on this side. That is all you get on this knife. Let me go ahead and show you something like, I don't know, this Z2 here. This thing was 400 bucks retail. And on this side, they've done an okay job. Before, they've done a lot worse, but just ZT. But on this side, look at this, you have all that. And you just don't really need that. But again, there's a more better example. But let's compare something like this. They hid the serial number on that one a little better. But like this, you got just the ZT, which is, whatever. You want to put your mark on there, that's fine, that's fair. But then you do this, the serial number, the blade steel, the who designed it, where it's made, your parent company, Kai, or the head company, whatever, and then the model number and all this. And it's just, you don't really need that. You don't need the model number of your knife. You can find that on the internet. I just think that the blades look way better when they're all marked up like that. Just smacked my Hinder, but this one just looks a lot nicer. That's all I'm trying to say. It's just the S35VN and the Reate little symbol. So that is one thing they did right as well on this knife. Flips extremely well as well for the price point. It does run on bearings, not just on washers like the 0550. They really designed even the flipper tab very well. Nice rounded flipper tab. You got the jimping running all the way around from the front into the top, so you can kind of push button in if you want. But for this knife, I kind of like light switching it a little better. Coming to the handles, this is titanium on both sides. It kind of is a purpley finish, and I don't know if this is stock or it just because I won this in the giveaway, so I have no idea if someone did anodizing before I got it. But you can see it has a green backspacer, green pocket clip, and this purplish tint on the titanium. Like I said, all these colors are very mild, a very mild green and purple, but you can definitely tell it's there. So I don't know if it's stock or it's aftermarket, but nonetheless, it looks pretty good. It does say, I read that it says it's stonewashed titanium. So this doesn't really look too stonewashed, so I'm guessing this was aftermarket, but I really have no idea. Very smooth operation, as you can see. It basically drops close under the weight of the blade. It's because of those bearings in there. No lock stick whatsoever, because it's running on the, or not running on, but it's got a steel lock bar insert. You can see the screws right there holding it in. The lockup is right about, I'd say 50%. So great lockup, and it has not moved. You got the over travel stop right there. It kind of looks like a roto block one, but it's not, just a standard one to keep it from over traveling. That's it, which it does its job at that. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's got the pocket clip also carries very well. I like this pocket clip a lot. It's pretty basic, but it still has a little design fluke to it. You know, carries decently. Carries right about there. You got that much sticking out, so it's not too bad looking. The centers perfectly. Centers very well. No play in this blade whatsoever. I mean, I can muscle as much as I want. You can see my hands are straining to try to get some blade play out of this, but it's not going to happen. No up and down, no side to side, nothing. And that's with no adjustment of the pivot whatsoever ever since I received it. And even the previous owner has probably flipped it a majority of times, and still no play whatsoever. Also, this is probably the sharpest knife I've ever gotten out of the box. If not besides, I don't know, a few of my other blades, but this is up there with one of the sharpest knives I've gotten out of the box. Very even grind on both sides of this blade. And again, is one of my favorite Tonto blades ever. I don't know why. It's not really the standard Tonto blades that you see. I'm looking around, I don't really have any. I usually have some on the table somewhere, but it's just one of my favorite. It's not a generic straight lined. You can see it kind of curves down, and it just has this really, it's a wider blade. I just love the look of it. It looks really clean too. Very even stonewash on there. A lot of people say Hinder's has one of the best stonewashes, and it's pretty much up there with Hinder's stonewash. You can see his right there, pretty even and clean. Theirs is, I mean, I gotta say, it's not as intense, but it's definitely one of my favorite stonewashes besides Hinder's. Very small little choil right there. They have a nice little cut out there, so you can disengage that lock bar very easily and let that blade drop. So you can flip it out again. You got your jimping up top here again, very cleanly done. Just a small little strip of jimping that does what you need to do, so you can lock in on that blade. You got some milling on the handles here. You can see there. Just give it a little design. You got a 3-hole pattern with a back spacer. But yeah, overall this knife, I mean, for the money, you really get what you pay for. It flips well. It's fun to play around with. It's got full titanium, so you can anodize it and do whatever you want that you can do with titanium. Very nice blade shape. Like I said, one of my favorite Tonto blades, and I've owned many. Always been a fan of Tonto blades, always have, and this is one of my favorites. Just I love the way it looks. But yeah, so for around 200 bucks, I mean, there's not too many other blades that can beat it. If you're looking for a good knife for around 200 bucks, I definitely say, you know, look at this or the ZTO 550. Stuff like that. If you're going for the 0550, try to find the 3rd gen now. But, because that's got the steel lock bar insert. But, yeah, overall, just really great blade. But yeah, please comment, rate, subscribe. And also, I'm kind of running out of, I'm not running out, but I'm always just doing knife reviews. I feel like that's pretty repetitive, even though, I mean, that's what this channel was made for. But if you guys have any ideas of what other stuff I can do for videos, leave it down in the comments. I'd be pretty interested to see what you guys have for ideas. And also, let me run through what I have here for size comparison. Got the ZTO 392. And then I got the, of course, a knife from reviewing, the District 9B. And then I got the Hinder XM18. And then lastly, I already talked about it, the 0550 ZT. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.